Hi folks, there's just one thing I'd like to say before we start the video, and that is that it is very lag-ridden. There's not a game recently that I've gone without lag or connection loss to server, and I think I just want to use it to demonstrate quite why I haven't been able to upload very much lately, but to show you that I am still very much intent on doing so. So I do apologise for that, and I hope I managed to edit it out okay. And I hope you managed to see through the lag and enjoy the cast for what it is, as a sort of taster for when I actually am able to have lag-free games and casting again, because from a couple of comments I've seen on the forums, you really want some more of these out and about. But again, I apologise if they're not what they were at the moment because of my internet. But rest assured, they are on their way, and I cannot wait to be able to cast properly without lag. Like, honestly, I rage every time I lose connection because I just want to put out good, enjoyable casts for you folks. So, thanks for supporting me through this, and I hope you enjoyed all the same. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that just killed my ears. Right, this is a 1 vs 1 cast for you between members of the realm, Camodude and Custard. Burntcustard is down here in orange, spawned next to a crater with a couple of metal sights next to him. Camodude in blue on the other side of the planet, exact antipodes of each other almost. He's got a little bit more metal, I believe, in his near vicinity, but Custard does have more expansion options. Right, so the early game build order, it appears, is now sort of 3 mechs energy, whereas Custard has gone 2 mechs energy storage. Let me pop on my caps lock so we can see build queues. He's popped up, whoa, hello, don't even know what that was, another energy after that. Coming over here to Camodude, hopefully I've actually managed to save my scroll speeds now, so that's going to be corrected. Camodude coming in straight with an air factory early on, so he's going to get some scouting out with that very, very soon indeed. Preferably a firefly followed up by a fabricator, probably a couple of fireflies. Indeed, there's the firefly now being created. He's got a lot of energy queued up as well, along with mechs. Probably going to follow it up with the energy first. Yep, indeed. And oh, instead of another firefly, he's gone for a hummingbird. So that's going to provide him the defense he needs, rather than just getting out more sort of paper aeroplanes, as I like to sometimes refer to fireflies. Paper aeroplanes with the pea shooter attached. There we are. So he's going to be getting out those hummingbirds and the energy as well, and he's going to be following that up with some more eco and a couple of bot factories to start sending the docks across the map. There's a couple of commander wreckages there. Coming back over to here to Custard, he's gone up with a bot factory. I'm lagging out just a smidgen. Indeed, I think we've caught up now. I'm not entirely sure how much we missed. Hopefully not too much, but all that Custard has done is get a docks and a stinger out, so he's going to have a little bit of anti-air capability without getting static anti-air. It's interesting he's gone for that, because static anti-air is slightly more effective. Here comes the Firefly, we'll see how effective it is. Doesn't quite get hit by the mobile anti-air, because he has it in his range and he probably was able to move out of the way of that relatively quickly. Sending the mobile anti-air to the other end of his base is also a good idea, so that he covers both ends of his base with that anti-air. So he's now got sort of an oval / figure 8 shaped locus of area damage for that. Camodude over here getting out more hummingbirds by the look of it. However, he's now gone for a fabricator, an air fabricator indeed, so he's probably going to be rushing T2 air. Something I've seen a lot with this latest patch. I mean, I've only recently restarted playing games and stuff, and it looks as though he cancelled that, actually. He's gone for a bomber instead, Bumblebee. So he cancelled the air fabber. But as I was saying, with the latest patch, I've seen a lot of T2 air rushes. Because it's just so cheap and easy to get to, and on planets above scale 700 you can probably get a single Hornet out before any land offensive gets to you. And if you don't get a Hornet out, you can get a Peregrine out, at which point your opponent has to have at least 20 or so hummingbirds in order to counter it effectively. So I think we can infer that T2 air is definitely overpowered in this patch. but docks rushes are also quite a threat. But again, it depends on the size of the planet and how far apart you are spawned from one another. Right, so looking at Camodude here, he's interestingly getting up an anti-air position here in the middle of this mech field, so he'll be expanding to that with reasonable degree of defense, because it'll be able to take out any sort of single docks that comes prowling. So he'll be able to expand here with reasonable safety. However, he did build this a little bit too close to this mech site, so that will be unusable, rendered obsolete, shall we say. Got plenty of anti-air around his base. However, he's got a few docks coming in on this round. He has got a couple going over to Custard's base himself. Back to Custard's base now. We see a bit of expansion, a lot of eco queued up for Custard. I'm only going to assume all of this up here is Custard's. And he's got he's got 2 bot factories and an air factory producing hummingbirds. The bot factories are producing docks and a fabricator. So it'll be interesting to see quite what the fabricators are going to be continuing to do. Probably eco, maybe a move to tier 2 or advanced shortly, unless of course they are caught out by these couple of docks that are moving in now over the crater. Indeed, there's the T2, very early indeed. Maybe going to T2 eco or slammers, a little bit more lag. Something I should probably say is in these casts until I move home to get better internet, will probably have this sort of lag, stuttery, lag spikiness in it. So looking back over here, we got Custard has quite a few docks now. He's only got 1 factory producing them. He has got quite a few. Camodude has only got a couple sitting on the outskirts of Custard's base rather than doing the raiding, but that is because he's slightly preoccupied with these docks here that are in Camo's base, taken out of mechs. Just 2 docks there. Bumblebee was not able to kill those off. And in come the docks now to defend. So losing a mechs there at the hands of Burntcustard, very effective indeed. However, here is the T2 air rush. Double T2 air? Are you serious? Right, so either that's going to take an absolute age to build, or you're going to be stalling on eco, because he has not got enough energy to be supporting that in any way, shape or form. But as long as he holds Custard off, he'll be able to get that up. But in come a couple of docks. With any luck, Custard might actually get the scout on these. Let's have a look here. If I close off Camodude's vision, remember they're around here. So Custard will likely get the scout, unless he diverts his attention over that way. Move command rather, not attention. And it appears as though he's not going to get the scout. Not being the operative word. He has got quite a few hummingbirds in his base now, though, on a repeat build queue. I shouldn't wonder. Though don't forget the repeat build queue doesn't actually exist. And here's the scout there with the hummingbird. He sees the T2 air going up. He's going to move his docks in, and he's going to try and disrupt this, because he does not want T2 air on his back. Especially not in a 1v1 when he's gone slightly more docks focused. Coming back into full vision now. Camodude hasn't really got anything to respond to this docks raid at the moment. He's got a couple of docks in his base, and there down goes the T2 air factory. It was successfully blocked, shall we say. Custard now getting quite a few expansions going up and around, taking his time to eco-expand rather than just sort of bunching up on docks. I mean, this is what I absolutely love about casting games, which are actually interesting, is that you get a bit of give and take rather than just turtle and smash. You know, I mean, if I play a game and I lose the game because, you know, I've been sort of trying to do what Custard is doing, whereas my opponent is too far away from me, at which point the movement time for me to get to their base, they've got T2 air and they can just smite me. That annoys me simply because it's not an interesting game. I'm usually... I can usually take losing quite okay. Similarly, if I absolutely smash an opponent without much resistance, I find that uninteresting and quite annoying as well, because it's just a waste of time and it wasn't fun. That hummingbird there was having a little bit of trouble launching out of that crater by the look of it, but these 2 docks here from Camodude doing an extraordinary amount of damage. Burntcustard managed to take out a mech earlier, but Camo's just taken out 2. This is the problem with Burntcustard, slightly overstretching his expansions. But in come a group of 5 docks. Could they disrupt this T2? I don't think so. It is quite far of the way into the construction, and it's got 6 fabricators on it now. He's got enough eco to support it as well. He's got a huge amount of metal. And now Camodude is turtling up for his T2 air in the centre of his base, not doing too much else. He's just leaving his docks in his base for defence purposes while he turtles up to T2 air. This is exactly what I mean, because now Custard is, you know, he's going about his stuff. He's doing his raiding and all sorts, and he's doing his expansions. But this T2 air is going to get up, and then he won't be able to do much about it, because he's got a fair bit of air, but not enough. Because peregrines are just overpowered hummingbirds by a factor of 100. That's just how it is, and it's how this this current patch has worked out. So I must say, in no uncertain terms, I eagerly await the next patch for exactly that reason. Now here we seem to have a raiding party from Camodude coming across the South Pole. Burntcustard has got a few docks in this crater, however, to defend, but we've got a sort of pitch battle here. Custard has got a little stinger in there, but it looks as though Camodude has the superior numbers, plus he also has himself spread out, so he might get a chance at dodging stuff. Here they come now. It looks as though Custard might just about defend this adequately enough in order to get another party there, but he's not going to be able to defend it entirely. Might he get another kill? It looks unlikely, but he's definitely going to lose a mech. And indeed he does, and that final docks as well. Potentially another 2 mechs lost, when he's going to be scrambling docks reinforcements. But now he does have slammers coming out as well, and T2 economy coming up, so he's going to be able to defend more and more effectively, and raid more and more effectively as well, doing more damage. There we go, got my words out eventually. The T2 air is getting underway now. We're no longer in wireframe, we're in green solid mode of the build. Indeed, Camodude also has 6 bot factories, 7 all producing docks on a repeat build queue. It appears as though he can support it. I'm not entirely sure if this is legitimate or not, but certainly at this point I don't think he can, although he is getting up a fair bit more energy over there. I'm experiencing another little bit of a lag spike, but unfortunately that is my internet. That is my internet for you. And I lost connection to the server. I'm going to reconnect very quickly. Right, I really do apologise for that. I think I probably lost about 2 minutes worth of gameplay there. We'll see if we can get it back in ChronoCam at the end. It is very infuriating, but that is the state of my internet at the moment, hence why I'm not putting up many casts, so you can see firsthand quite what I have to put up with. Right, let's do a bit of inferring. So Custard has got a lot of T2 bots up going at the moment, however he's not using them. He really should be using those for raiding. He is getting T2, so I can only assume he's re-scouted the T2 in the middle of Camo's base, or indeed Camo might have actually been doing some raiding with it. But here comes out the Hornets now, because it is completed in the middle of Camo's base. Let's just have a look and see if Custard has scouted. No, he hasn't, so he doesn't know that Camo has done that. How much has Camo scouted, however? But he has got a huge wave of docks coming in from the north. And here we see the Slammers mobilised with the Commander, getting a little bit of defence up as well there. But all of this mechs is going to go down before the Slammers get there. There is a point defence there, so that's going to be doing a little bit of defensive damage, but very soon indeed. Here come another raiding party of Slammers from Custard, but they have not been moved yet because he's slightly preoccupied up here. Hopefully the Hummingbirds really don't want to land, because the Hornet is going to be moving over very quickly indeed. And now this is exactly what I mean about the latest patch. It is basically about turtling to Hornets and Commander sniping. As long as you have Hornets and Peregrines preferably first, can usually win, but of course it depends on how quickly your opponent gets to Slammers. And it looks as though I'm having another lag spike. This is, you know, this is my internet, so you know now quite why I can't be doing many recordings. I might even have to do the rest of it from ChronoCam, which is going to be very infuriating and very awkward to do. Looks as though it might be recovering from the lag spike. Indeed it is, slowly but surely. We see the Hummingbirds gathering their speed on their patrol pattern. But all these docks going to move over here and probably, with any luck, get all of these Slammers destroyed, because Slammers do have a little bit of trouble hitting docks because of how wide the distance between their two guns, as you saw there from the projectiles. I don't know what just happened there, But it appears as though Custard has managed to fight off the war on the north, and he's just moving in his troops continually now. Indeed, I'm going to pause the recording here and continue it in ChronoCam. I do apologise, folks. In fact, I don't think I need to. I'll go back in ChronoCam, obviously, but sped up. But we could definitely see there that those just moved in and absolutely smashed the commander. Right, let's review the game there, and with any luck, have less lag when doing so. So, let's move it back. Zoom, 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 zoom. Here we go. So, you can see all of this stuff happening over here, back to probably about where we were. When this goes back into green frame, because that's where we got disconnected initially. Although it appears as though ChronoCam isn't actually going back further than that, simply because of that disconnect. So we'll have to watch it from here, which is very annoying. Oh no, it's working now. There we are. So let's speed it up just a smidgen. So it's you got just over 3 minutes, so probably about a minute and a half if it goes directly to double speed. But apparently ChronoCam lags out for me as well. That is how bad my internet is, folks. That is quite something there, if ChronoCam lags out for me. But regardless of whether you get to see it in ChronoCam or not, you did see pretty much the gist of what was going on. And that was that the turtling to T2 Air was not done effectively enough, and the raiding definitely was not done effectively enough. And indeed, once you get enough T2 bots and you find that commander, you can go in and you can snipe him with ease. Let's watch these docks move in now on this north bit here. See all of this mechs go down very rapidly indeed. Mobilising from the slammers over here. Of course, it's going to lag out every time I lagged out, and then it's going to sort of refresh itself and then catch up, I suspect. I'm not entirely sure how ChronoCam works, but just a forewarning. Just to indicate quite how bad my lag is. Right, it seems to have buffered a little bit further now. So, in come the slammers, moving in on those docks, doing plenty enough damage, taking no slammer losses there. And down here, the slammers were doing a bit of mechs raiding, diverting Camodude's attention over that way, and of course these are now going to come in from the north, swooping down, catching the commander out in the open, and ultimately winning the game. Here they come now. Still more lag. I mean, this is what I have to put up with, folks, which is why, you know, I keep saying it, but I really want to let you guys know that. Ah, well. I can't even watch a game in ChronoCam. You heard TeamSpeak disconnect in the background there, but you know, that's the best example of why I can't really be uploading very much or partaking much in the community at the moment, because my connection is just atrocious, and with the added storms and everybody in the house. But you know, I'm not getting very much internet at all. With any luck, in about 5-6 weeks or so, I'll be back with half-decent internet. Until then, folks, thanks for watching and putting up with my lag. I hope I managed to edit it out sufficiently enough for you. But at least now you know what I have to put up with. So, on that note, thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to bob a like or a comment and share with your friends. And there's more PA on the way. How soon? I'm not sure. But as always, have a nice day.